from doing now, not later. Change your behavior. Putting Christ on blast, the first and the last. Future in the past, he is the Alpha and Omega. King Jesus, the one and only Savior, the Creator, the one who gives you salvation. If we get it together, we be better than ever. Moving to another level, don't be bothered by the devil. Just remain careful, keep on walking the straight and narrow, and treat each other special. And the lesson is we all get the blessing. So please don't doubt it. Don't be quiet with your praise, don't shout it. Wake up call to my people. Jesus coming back. A public service announcement.
You listening to my Mimi, Felicia now, or Felicia Speaks. She's out like grace.
Okay, welcome back to Felicia Speaks. I am here with my cousin, Dr. Tamika Williams Bruce, and I'm so excited. We've been talking about our children. We've been talking about education and the abuse, protecting our children. So before the break, I asked you, how do we get back to that great family dynamic, and what do you think we need to do to bring the village back?
In order to bring the village back, we have to be the village.
Yes.
So I hear a lot of people talking about it, but they're not willing to step up. So I'm pretty much tired of talk, and I tell people that all around, don't talk about it, be about it.
Be about it.
So we have to be the village.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell everybody what you're doing or post it on social media.
Right.
Go up to the school for somebody that don't have somebody showing
Yes.
up to school. Act like you care. When I see kids walking the opposite way, school is this way,
Right.
and they're walking the opposite way, and I'm like, hey, where you going? What we
Yeah.
doing today? And sometimes we actually have dialogue. Most kids, they're like, here she go again. But I get them to go to school.
Yeah.
But how many people allow for them to keep walking the other way?
And I think that some people allow it because they're scared.
They're afraid.
They're afraid to go up to these kids. I know there was a fight in Nacogdoches, and someone told me that they went to actually go and try to stop the fight. And it was a gun pulled out on this end and a gun pulled out on this end. And so they were like, okay, that's it.
No.
And, so I think what we need to do is let these kids know they're loved. Like you said, show up every day. Hey, I'm here. If you need me, I'm here. Give me the gun. Let me have the gun.
So I'm gonna tell you, if you see a gun or if you see violence, that's the last thing we want to do. Even with domestic situations, the last thing you want to do is jump in. You'll jump in trying to save a woman. Next thing you know, the woman fighting you because you're trying to.
Yes.
Violence is one thing, but if we just love on kids,
love on them.
Period.
Right.
Show them that we care every day. Hopefully we can prevent the fight by showing them that we love and we care about them, checking on them. How you doing today?
Yes.
It might just be a kid that passes your street all the time, speaking to them. My son asked me one day, he said, Mama, why do you care if people speak to you and I? Because I wave at people. That's part of growing up in Nacogdoches.
Right.
We wave at
really
each other.
Friendly. Hey.
And we blow the horn. That's what we do. And
yell out the window.
Hey! And so I still speak to people that way.
Yes.
It has become normal at my job that even when they walk past Dr. Bruce's suite, they know I yell. My country self yell out the window. I can be on the phone and I'm like, bye y'all, have a good weekend.
Yeah.
You show people that you care.
Yes, my daughter says it all the time. Mama, you're so friendly. You're always talking to people. You're always speaking to people. I said, because you don't know the person that you're talking to, what they're going through. And so when I talk to people, I don't know if it's a gift from God, I think it is, that people just start pouring out to me.
Me too.
And that's a gift. I just think it's a gift from God, and He's connecting me to people who are just like me. Yeah. So we're about to do something mighty. I'm telling you, something mighty is about to happen. I feel it. And but I love it because they start talking to me, and then the next thing you know, I'm helping them in some kind of way. Yeah. And you know, I pray.
Even if it's just praying.
Right.
So it's important that people realize that it's not about just financial things.
Right.
Sometimes it's prayer. Sometimes it's just show up for me.
Yes.
I had kids that asked me, they said, well, can you come to our choir concert? That was it. They didn't need money. They didn't need They just wanted someone to show up. I said I cared. And I said, what do y'all need from me? And I specifically said, besides money.
Yes.
And they all laughed and they said, well, we have a choir concert coming up. And as tired, of course, it happened on a day when I was exhausted.
Yes.
But I made myself home. I picked up Bria and we turned around and went back to that high school so
Because
we
your
could support
word
them.
means something to these kids. And I do agree with you. It's time for men to step up, take the guns out of these young boys' hands, because we don't see it, but it's 2 lives lost. It's not just 1, and 2 families destroyed when they're killing each other and hurting each other. And it's 2 families destroyed at that point. And they don't really mean to hurt each other. They just don't know any other way to
Resolve conflict.
because it's social media, and the media makes it seem it's glorified to, we'll talk about you for a whole week if you kill somebody. But go and win the spelling bee, be one of the smartest kids in America, we don't hear about it.
Well, see, that's even gangsters done change.
Yeah.
So even if you go back in the days, even the OGs, the people who might have been living an alternate lifestyle, they still wanted the kids to make a different choice, though.
Right.
And they pushed that. They'd be like, this one gonna do something with themselves. You're not about that street life.
Right.
They encouraged the kids to go off and do something else. And now you don't see that.
No.
You just see people pulling. But what has happened is the old school, gangsters, they still had that foundation that was in their heart.
Right.
That's why life might have been different for me, but I want to see something different for y'all.
You. Yes.
But the further you get away from that foundation, and if it's not there, so at the end of the day, instead of us just spinning our wheels on what happened to make us the people we are today, and what has created this big divide, we're creating our own equity gap.
Yes.
What has happened? Let's just quit talking about that and start doing things differently.
And let's move forward.
Let's do something
and let's
different.
figure out a way to help our children, because they're our future.
Yeah.
And they're broken, and the decisions that are being made are not good. And I really, really, really want to get back to the family dynamics that we had growing up, because I just believe we had, like you said, the foundation. We had it. Even if you did have just a single mother, you had a foundation there, because you had all these people at school. You had all these people on your street. You had, family. You had, everybody showed up.
Yeah.
Everybody showed up, And now I go to the school and you may see, I'll go with my grandkids to an event or something, and you may see kids that were dropped off and being picked up. Or, kids even in today that I see in the apartment complex, they are just hanging out 10, 11 o'clock at night. Little girls, little boys, just hanging out. And, I asked one little girl, where's your mother? Like, where is your mother? Like, because you're out here 11 o'clock at night, little girls. And it's just, I just think that parents are tired. And yes, I was tired as a single mother. I worked 2 jobs, but I still made time for my children. And I think that they're tired. And, instead of trying to find a new way, that they're just resorting to what they know.
Yeah.
And not trying to do better than what they've seen.
Yeah. I would even push us. I would say, since we are so broken, we have the opportunity to be better than what it was back in the day.
Oh, yes. Definitely.
Though we had some good foundational things, we still had many emotional things going on in the home. So it's just time to say, we know better about all of these things. Let's make sure we're sharing it with one another, but that we actually start to do it. Just do it. Just show up. I've never been to the school before, but today I'm going to just get up.
Get up and I'm going to go.
I've never had lunch with my kid before, but I'm off today. I'm going to just go over there and do it.
Yes.
We have to just put action into place. I'm not coming in an intrusive way when I ask kids, like, you all right? How's it going? It's up to them to talk to me or not talk to me.
Yes.
But at least I asked them how they was doing. Like, I saw something on them because again, if it was my kid, I would want somebody to ask him.
Yes.
So that's why I always just personalize it. It's our kids. We have to be okay with going back to the street light concept.
Right.
I don't care if all your friends outside. You better come in this house.
When the street lights come on.
So just this weekend, my son was at a tournament. He plays on a 16U basketball team.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was up playing games. I sent him that nice little text. It's 10 o'clock. You better come on down here to this room. I don't care what they said about him. And he was sleeping. Like, once he got there,
he was tired.
Came to the room, he laid down, and he was out of there. And even his friend who was staying with us, though he was older, I let him wrap his game up. Mm-hmm. But he had to make it on. If he's staying in this room,
you coming in at a decent time.
And we have to be okay with that. Just because everyone else lets their kids do it, it doesn't mean that that's what we're supposed to stand apart.
Right.
But do people even know that?
Right.
I will push us to say, do parents know? Do not all of them? Right. I know they don't know. So sometimes they're just, oh, well, does Felicia let her son? I'm going to go ahead and let my son stay till 11.
Is he going? Yeah. Okay, well then it's okay. As long as his mama's going to drop you off, then it's okay. No, it's not. No. Because you need to go see what's going on.
That's right.
And my children probably thought I was overprotective, but I was, because I need to know, where are you going? How are you getting there? Who are you going with? Who's going to be there? You know, because society has changed. My mom, back in the day, she did that. Mm-hmm. You know, my mom would take us to the skating rink, and sometimes my mom would go in the skating rink just to see who was in there, because, you know, the skating rink was the place to go. Yeah. And she would go in there and see who was in there to see if it's okay for us to be in there. And if my mom said 10 o'clock, that's what my mom meant, 10 o'clock. Yeah. And it wasn't no leeway, no, mama, please. Yeah. No, you coming home. And so I think that that's what has happened. We're conforming to what the world is doing, and not making the values and decisions that we need to make in our own homes to make sure that our kids are doing things that they need to do to be successful. Right. Because a lot of times in our society, we think success is money.
And it's not.
And it's not. Success is not money. And I tell people all the time, with what I'm doing, I'm not doing it for money. Mm-hmm. I'm doing it because if I help one person, that means I did what God put on my heart to do. You know, I'm moving, and I know that God is moving you. He's moving me. He's moving a lot of women right now that I see to be leaders, to lead. And people see us and they're watching. And so we need to be the lights that we say we are, like you said, not talk about it, be about it. And so I am trying to make a difference. That's why I'm going back to Nacogdoches with a Striving Woman, because I want them to see that women can, we look just like you.
That's right.
But we're doing something. And you can do it too.
Something different.
And you can do it too. Because one of the little girls, well, two of the young ladies that I'm honoring in Nacogdoches, one of them, she's already graduated from high school with a cosmetology license. She got accepted into Grambling. She's doing good things. And then one little girl's a junior. She has a photography business, a T-shirt business. I mean, I was amazed. I was like, this is wonderful. Had I thought of those things when I was that age, you know, but I didn't. I was busy trying to, you know, graduate, do the things that my mom wanted me to do, but I didn't think about those type of things. I did have all kind of little businesses on the side, but I was very, very proud of those young ladies, and I just want them, the women in Nacogdoches, the young girls in Nacogdoches, to see that you can be anything you want to be. You just have to put your mind to it, and you know, that's where we've gotten away from too. We don't tell kids they can be anything you want to be. You know, I told my children, don't go play basketball and just think you're going to get a scholarship, or not a scholarship, play pro ball, because that may not happen. Right. But think bigger. Think own the team. Think that you can own the team, because you can. And I think that that's what we don't teach anymore in our homes. We just let them be, you know, average.
Yeah. One thing that I've noticed is, you know, from the country, I always tell people the best folks are born and bred. We're raised in the country because we are a resilient people. Very different than our approach to life sometimes. We don't need a lot. It doesn't take a lot.
Right.
And we can turn something, you know, nothing into something in a minute.
Right.
So it's a blessing to be able to go back home, because hopefully some of the ladies will realize they're doing great things and they can do greater.
All right. I agree. And you know, I thank you guys so much for tuning in again tonight. I know we're out of time. But I know that you're definitely, we didn't get to your striving moment. We didn't get to why you styled by grace. But you can put it on my page. Definitely put it on the page. And I thank you so much for coming in and filling in. Felicia did not get to call in tonight, but Felicia Jones has a huge announcement. She's going to put it on the page tomorrow. Thank you guys for tuning in again. Rhema Gospel Radio, where they're bringing the gospel heat to the streets. Thank you guys. Have a great night.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Good night.